Hey guys, I thought I'd show you a little piece of equipment that they used to manufacture for the RCBS rock chucker press. As you know, if you're operating a rock chucker, they are a single stage press, and of course, as most single stage presses are, they're fairly slow. You have to take the cartridge case, insert it into the shell holder, operate the handle, take the cartridge case out, put another one back in, and of course it's not exactly the speediest process in the world. Now there is a way you can increase the rate of production when you're loading with a single stage press like this, and it's a kit that RCBS used to make for the rock chucker, and it's called a case kicker. Now basically what the case kicker is it's a spring and a chute and a box, and the case kicker, the key part is this spring, which is right here, and it basically sits on top of the shell holder, so that when you place a cartridge case on the ram and operate the ram, you bring the ram down, the cartridge case is automatically ejected. So that might not sound like a whole lot of extra speed, but it actually does add up quite a bit, because you can actually be reaching for the next cartridge case while you're operating the ram. So as you can see, it makes your production go up significantly. So it's mostly intended for shorter rounds like pistol rounds. But the unfortunate thing about this setup is that RCBS no longer manufactures the case kicker, but I just thought I'd show it to people because they may not have seen one in action before. And you might be able to cobble together something which would do the same job. Basically what you need is that spring arm to kick the cases out of the shell holder. So I'll just hand hold the camera here in a second, and I'll give you a little close-up of all the parts. Okay, we have the standard RCBS rock chucker press. This is the older style one. You can see it's bolted on to a work table. And the additional parts which make up the case kicker are a bin here on the side, which holds the cartridge cases when they're ejected. There's also a bracket which screws onto your bench with a couple of screws that holds the bin. We've also got this chute here which mounts on the side, which catches the cartridges as they come off the ram and directs them into the tray. And on the other side, move the handle out of the way, we've got this plate which bolts, as you can see at the back here, it bolts between the bolt and the press, and it's got this arm attached to it here, and it's the arm which does the work. So you can see how the arm rides on the ram and then comes over the other side. Oops, sorry about that. So when the ram comes down, the arm follows over the top of the shell holder. So you want to have that lined up so that it lines up with the slot in the shell holder. So we'll just demonstrate that a little closer up. Put a cartridge case on, run the ram up, pull it down, and you can see how that kicks it out. So it's a pretty handy accessory for a single stage press. It's obviously not going to turn it into a progressive or anything like that. I have a couple of progressive presses, but I find quite often that when I want to do a small run of something I want to try out, it makes more sense just to set the rock chucker up and to run a few rounds through the rock chucker, rather than setting up the progressive press for to do what might be a limited production run. So anyway, thought you might find that of interest. These things may still be out there, check eBay, that type of thing. They might be able to find one. I got mine years ago. It was in an old box of RCBS bits and pieces in a gun shop. So, but those of you who are clever and are mechanically inclined could probably cook up a pretty fair substitute on your own. So anyway, just a handy doodad that maybe RCBS should start making again. But I suppose they not a lot of incentive for a manufacturer to make something like this when they want to sell you a complete progressive press instead. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.